from this incompetent nature of government brought upon us by the current president and his people. And so, Your Excellency, like I said earlier,
donate to support John Mahama to win 99% votes on May 30. 248*5# to donate to all networks. Official West 059-860-4199. Building the Ghana we want together.
John Dramani Mahama, the presumptive flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress NDC, is expected to begin a 2-day campaign tour of the Upper West region from the 9th to the 10th of May 2023. The first day of his visit will take him to the Sissala East at 9 a.m., then to the Sissala West, followed by Lambuse, Nandrom, Laura constituency, and end the day in the Wa Central constituency at the Wa Technical Institute at 6 p.m. His visit will afford him the opportunity to interact with constituents and branch executives, former appointees and former MPs. The second day of his visit will take His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to Drapa and Nadolu constituencies. He will then proceed to Issa in the Dafiema Busie Issa constituency. He will continue the day at Bulenge in the Wa East constituency and climax his tour of the region at Lasietolu in the Wa West constituency. Vote number 1 for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Vote number 1 for Victory 2024. This message is powered by the NDC Regional Communication Bureau.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, esan babi mu ne say ono o abadaye edema o mangana
Mahama mreno me tubaire be 600 me ton ekoto moto ena me tubaire be 1000 mintume enkoto bicycle kura
senior high school sa papa ne besi ye baby asabe obi yale obeda kura no sabe na eden ba papa no atumi afoso ama sa ne manyina
on the 13th May no anuanu mo mesre se ba bibiara wono ya be sore waka na yakwa kwoto aba no in numbers
yempe 50% 60% ye pese moto e mo nya more than 90% ni ehu se ampa aye biafo ono na oni madwuma ye enti maye de mashele ni mo nya mo sa kwan no so
This Biema Naranga City, it was a German city when you are about time to participate. Ayazu, and you're operation Nahala over Naka and Jaran Leva Jelo one of Vala Lanuko voted till Saturday. Neama wu ha to hare e wo kupa MP la lewo la kwasanga ale but alewo vraiment kwasan so that John Dramani Mahama His Excellency nuko president was obo hare Peter Sissala West lo liver ari ku kere e ha kana e bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Sokaro. On this note, Okay, thank you. I hope you heard what he said. He said His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is one of our own. Those of you who know the relationship that exists between the Sissalas and Gonjas, you know what it meant. On this note, may I respectfully invite our hard-working regional chairman Abdel Nasser Sani, to also come and give us a word.
All has been said. I don't have much to add. My duty is just to introduce the man we are all looking for to come and rescue Ghana. His Excellency, we are having 94 branches in Sissala West. 881 delegates. And the chairman and MPDF said it all. Come 13th, inshallah, you are going to get 100% in Sissala West. The man I'm about to introduce is the man who knows the road, the man who has the experience, the man who has done it before, the man who can do it again. Who is this person? Who is this person? Former assemblyman. Former assemblyman, former MP, former deputy minister, former minister, former vice president, former president, and now the incoming president of the Republic of Ghana. His Excellency John
let's all sit down. Those in the middle, you are blocking the view of those seated on that side. Sit down. Some of you can come in front here and sit on the floor. Allow some of them to come and sit down. Isa, let some of them come and sit down. The rest of you go down. Go down so that those seated there can also see. Thank you. Okay, let's start. Thank you very much. We know what we're going to do on Saturday. When I was coming, I spoke to the regional chairman and said I was coming on the tour of the Upper West, and I'll visit Sissala East and Sissala West constituencies. And so we finished with Sissala East, and we are now in Sissala West. He told me it wasn't necessary because you people have made up your mind already, and as for the vote, you've voted already. But I said I have to come and see my slaves, masters, my masters. I'm sorry, I meant masters. I didn't say slaves. I have to come and see my masters. And so here I am. I'm happy to be back here. And as the MC told you, Gonjas and Sisalas are brothers and sisters, and all of us are welcome in each other's places. So I'm happy to be here. When I come here, I'm one of you, and I come from Gwelu, and so I'm happy to be back home. I think Honorable Suparo did a very beautiful thing. I was going to talk about that, and I'll still invite both of them to come. So Honorable Duweju, please come, and then Honorable Suparo. Thank you. This is what in boxing we call a rematch. Because the same two went head to head in 2019, and we have them going for another bout. They are brothers, and in the last election they worked together, and so if we could send both of them to Parliament, we would have done so. But the Constitution says we should select only one, and so on Saturday we're going to vote, and when we vote, one of them will emerge, and whoever emerges, we all must support the person so that the person wins the seat for us, because NDC needs a healthy majority in Parliament. Because I can assure you, inshallah, 2024, we are winning the election and coming back into Parliament. And so, especially the supporters of whoever will win. Normally, after an election, some will support Super, some will support Duweju. After the election, when whoever won, the other one who lost, his supporters are coming back to come and join. The winning supporters say, oh, but you went and followed this one. We won. We don't need you. No, we need everybody. And so once we vote, we have voted, that's it. We'll all come back together. Anytime we are united, there's no way that this constituency can be taken by MPP.
Donate to support John Mahama to win 99% vote. Dial *248*5# to donate to all networks. Phone numbers 059-860-419. Building the Ghana we want together.
For the other one to do, so there's no problem with that.
to win 99% voting. Dial *248*5# to donate to all that your mobile numbers 059-860-419. Building the Ghana we want together. Donate your pan TV on the go. Download the WoezorTV app for Android on Play Store, iOS on the Apple Store. TV made easy. WoezorTV, we go all out for you.
Say your man Panida John Dramani Mahama, Ewo Maimon, and Kaka Jama Tifi Mansima, Kukua as a Huda, no say ni papa.
And say ye Jano, Yakofan ni Pabia Manaba. He says, a dear I won't a bit me up why Jama enough.
Say you say Jane, a sign back. Because you share in Ghana, I won't share any money you woman. It means on any pa or sign by obey to me, am I have wanted me a toy?
Ono no ma German of for yet me a home candia, a benya quan papa faswa or noa.
And the end of the year, you papa John Dramani Mahama, about doing change. A person may come at him before you know who say, your papa no ass have a beam and wait.
And then also we awarded some roads contracts and work had started. The Gwelu JFC Road, Gwelu Fielmois, and several other roads. Since I came, I've noticed that they've all been abandoned again. And so NDC will come and continue those road projects for you so that we can let Gwelu. So that we can let Gwelu, which is the birthplace and hometown of our former president, resume its glory again. NDC is a party that governs by consensus. And that is why I've always advised the current president that forge a consensus behind whatever you're doing. When he introduced the free SHS, I said hold a stakeholder consultation so that you can implement it properly, because there are challenges. And since then they've refused. Today the free SHS is not working properly. The children go for a few weeks and then they come back. After you have spent so much money sending your child to school, they go and spend 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and then they are back home. When NDC was in office, our children all used to go to school at the same time. And they spend 2 months, 3 months in school before they come back. Today when they come back after 4 weeks, you have to get a teacher and pay the teacher to continue to teach them so that they don't forget what they learned in school. And this has all become a major issue. Look at the economic crisis we're going through. Life has become so hard. And when things were not going well, I advised this president. I said, hold a consensus forum like we did the Senchi conference and bring everybody together and let everybody come and contribute their little quota so that you have a fair idea which way forward you have to go, and also to carry the nation along with you. They have since refused to do it. We will govern by consensus. We're going to bring all Ghanaians on board in whatever we do. And at any one time, we will tell Ghanaians the truth. If Ghanaians know what the truth is, they will understand the challenges government faces, and they are willing to cooperate. But if you continue to deceive them, things are not going well. Instead of telling Ghanaians what the problems are, you say it's Mahama. Mahama is bad governance. Mahama, Mahama, Mahama. As if I was still the president. And when people got tired of hearing Mahama, Mahama, then they said, no, it's COVID-19. COVID-19 is responsible for the crisis. And when people said, no, it's not COVID-19, then they say, oh, it's Russia-Ukraine war that has created the economic crisis. It is complete mismanagement of the economy and also conflict of interest, because the rate at which they were borrowing was too high. Every year you go on the market for $4 billion, $3 billion, and you have nothing to show for it. And the finance minister is the cousin of the president, and his bank, Data Bank, gets a commission on every loan that they take for Ghana. And so you can understand why he has overborrowed. When we left office, we left a debt of 120 billion. Today our debt is almost 600 billion cedis. And and there's no infrastructure to show for it. If we had borrowed even up to 600 billion, at least we should see some good roads. We should see electricity extended to other communities. We should see clean drinking water. We should see schools finished and children attending. We should see hospitals built and providing health care to people. Unfortunately, that is not the case. And so Ghanaians are asking NDC to come back because they realize that what they were told in 2016 that made them vote against us was all deception. It was all propaganda. And so what we must learn as a country is that next time when somebody comes, a politician with big promises that they're going to give you $1 million every year, they're going to build one village, one dam, that they're going to build a big factory in every district so that youth can get work. And that they are going to bring a train that moves in the sky train. If politicians come telling you that, just tell them they are lying. All they want is your vote to get power, so that when they get power, they forget about all those promises they made. And that's exactly what has happened. All the promises that were made, they did not intend to follow. They just wanted to get power. And so that is a lesson we must learn. We must also learn the lesson that we must prioritize experience over try me. Tomorrow if somebody comes and says try me, Ghana is not a place for trial and error. It's not a place for experimentation. You need experience. You should have gone through the mill. I was lucky by the grace of God to have moved through all steps of the political ladder, from a lowly deputy minister, a member of parliament, all the way to president of the republic. And I understudied all those that I was subordinate to. And that is how come I've acquired the experience. And so we're going to put that experience to the service of Ghana so that we can put Ghana back on its feet. Right now, our country is a laughing stock. And when I travel abroad to any conference, people ask me, President Mahama, what happened to Ghana? Because Ghana was seen as the model of democracy. We're seen as the model of good governance. We're seen as the model of proper economic management. So they can't understand why Ghana has become what it is. Look at the last press freedom rankings. Last year when they published it, we dropped 30 places down. This year published again, we've dropped another 10 places down. And so it shows that this president, who said he was a human rights lawyer, activist, and that he will protect media freedoms, he prides himself as being the one who removed the criminal libel law. And under him as president, the media is even more restricted than it was under any of us. And so we're going to come and make things better. The free SHS is not working. This traffic light system, when NDC comes back, we're going to change it. We'll throw the traffic light away. Our children will all go to school at the same time. When they vacate, they will all come back home together. Everything that was handed over to this president is in reverse. I mean, look at the national health insurance. Under NDC, if you went to the hospital, you saw the doctor, then you went to the dispensary, you will get basic cough mixture, you will get antibiotics, you will get paracetamol and other painkillers. Today, if you take your health insurance card and you go to the hospital, even paracetamol you won't get. Anytime I come to the north, by this time in May, you see tractors plowing fields all over the place. This year, just a few places plowed because farmers cannot afford 250 cedis, 300 cedis, 3 million in old cities. Farmers cannot afford 3 million cedis per acre to plow their fields. And that's because the cost of diesel, which was 14 cedis a gallon under NDC, today that 14 cedis, you get only 1 liter of diesel. And even if you're able to plow your field, the next question is, where will you get fertilizer? Fertilizer now I hear is selling at about 700 cedis a bag. And for an acre, you need about 4 bags of fertilizer. And so if you are going to buy 4 bags of fertilizer and you have a 10-acre farm, you can imagine how much money you have to use to buy fertilizer. And most farmers cannot afford it. And that's why when I was president, I introduced a policy of farmer service centers. For those of you who remember, the first center was supposed to be here in Golu. I actually cut the sword for it just before we left office. And after we left office, this new government came and discontinued the policy. Otherwise, by now, we would have had the farmer service center here. It would have, I told you at that time, we're going to bring 10 tractors with plows and harrows and their trailers and all the equipment. We're going to bring combine harvesters. We're going to bring power tillers, everything that farmers need. There's going to be a warehouse with fertilizer. And if you are a registered farmer with that service center, when you're about to farm, you go to your center, they'll plow for you, they'll provide you with improved seed, they'll provide you with fertilizer. If you have money, you pay. If you don't have money, they will put it down. And then after the farming season, when you have harvested and sold your crops, they will give you, you go and pay. It was even supposed to be a microcredit center. So if you were a registered farmer, if you needed money, say, to dispatch your child to school, you needed about 100 Ghana cedis or something. You go there, they'll give to you. When you have money, you go back and you pay. That was what it was supposed to be. And if NDC was still in government, this farmer service center would have been operational by now. Unfortunately, it isn't. But I assure you that that is one of our central policies we're going to implement when we come, so that farmers can get the support that they need. And the Golu one will be the first that we will establish when we come into office. So now let's talk about our own party. The 100% is there. We have put it in the bag. But it will be 100% if we don't spoil the ballots. The ballots are counted as part of the percentage. And so when we are voting, let's put our thumbprint right in the middle. Right in the middle. Let it come to the line. Because when it comes to the line and it crosses, don't know who you wanted to vote for. And then when you finish, to clean your properly with a tissue or a handkerchief or anything you can get, clean it, let the ink dry before you touch the paper again. Otherwise, if the ink doesn't dry and you touch the paper to fold it, it will thumbprint another place. And once they see 2 thumbprints, your vote is a rejected ballot. And so let's vote properly. If we vote properly, I'm sure that the 100% that Chairman has promised will be able to achieve it. The person who manufactured these vuvuzelas in South Africa, we have to go and find him and give him some beatings. Anyway, that's just an aside. Now about us. The campaign is going to be led by you, the branch executives. In our party, the branch executives, you are the owners of the party. And that is why in NDC, when we're going to select our leader, all our 9-member executives are allowed to vote, because you are the shareholders of the party. It is not the same in other parties, but in our party, all our 9-member executives take part, and that's why we decentralize the vote. And so you are the shareholders. So I need to come to you to ask for the power to be able to lead the party to victory. And that is why I have come. Some of you are new executives who won the last time. Others are old. Those who are old executives, they see me so many times. I've been here so many times. But the new ones who are seeing the first time, if you are seeing me for the first time, the JM you've been hearing a day, this is him standing right here. So like I said, the campaign is going to be done by you. Every branch executive, the 9 members, I'm going to ask of you 2 things. One, you will go in your area. Every branch has a polling station, and you know the demarcation of your area. You will go from door to door, and preach the NDC message. We'll bring the message to you. We're going to print leaflets, beautiful leaflets that carry our message, what NDC is coming to do in the next government, what we have done before, everything. It will be in a beautiful leaflet, and we'll give you those leaflets. You'll be like Jehovah's Witnesses. You see how Jehovah's Witnesses go from door to door? So when we launch the campaign, we'll ask you to go around like Jehovah's Witnesses, but this time you will be NDC witnesses, and you go from door to door spreading the NDC message. When you finish, you leave a leaflet with them so that they can read it after you have left. We are responsible for getting the resources to you, so don't be worried about it. I've been hearing your complaints, and I've found a solution to it. This time, the logistics, when we have put them together, we know we have 275 constituencies, and we know how many branches each constituency has. And so when we've put the logistics together, we're going to bring the logistics directly here to Gwelu. No, they won't stop in Wa, it will come to Gwelu. And when it comes to Gwelu, and when the items arrive in Gwelu, you are going to the items. And so every branch, you send your chairman, your secretary, and your women's organizer to Gwelu, and the things will be opened. If it's t-shirts, they'll be counted. If it's bicycles, you know how many bicycles came. If it's motorcycles, you know. Posters, caps, scarves, everything, you count it. And then you know what is there. Thank you. And then after you've counted it, you share it equally, and then every branch will take its back home and go and share with your branch executives. That way, I am sure that anytime I come for campaign, nobody will complain that they didn't get any logistics. The logistics are coming directly to you. Share them yourselves. Then aside from that, we're going to have a reward system. And so you're not going to work for nothing. If you're able to campaign hard, we're going to give you targets to reach in terms of votes for every branch. We'll tell you how many votes we want from you. And so if you're able to meet that target and exceed it, all the 9-member branch executives in that branch are going to receive, each of them, a handsome reward. A handsome reward. And on the 9th of 7th December 2024, none of us is going to sleep. all the 9-member branch executives, your duty on that day is that after you finish voting, you go around and all the houses you went to during the campaign, you go and pull them out to come and vote. You ask if they voted. If they haven't, you pull them out and let them go and vote. Then after 5, when voting closes and the counting is beginning, you have to go to your polling station. Don't say we have 2 polling agents there. You yourselves, all the 9 members, you must go and join the polling agents there to witness the counting. And you stay there. They will count the parliamentary, they'll finish, they'll count the presidential, they'll finish, they'll fill in all the pink sheets, sign the pink sheets before we will go home and sleep. So that is going to be your duty on 7th December 2024. And finally, I know NDC is going to win, and NDC is coming into power. When we come into office, you are not going to be excluded from anything. You are going to get your fair share of whatever the nation has to offer. And so if they are taking school feeding caterers to cook food for the children in the primary schools and basic schools, our women's organizers too, I know you are good cooks. You too will go and join and cook for the children. I can see this woman is very happy about what I said. The way she was blowing her vuvuzela. So that's it. If we are giving small loans to women to go and trade, we will also include our women's organizers. If we are recruiting young people to join the armed forces, to go to police, immigration, fire service, into any of those services or any government recruitment, our young people, you will also get your fair share. We'll come and take some of you and go and put you in there so that you also get employment to be able to work and be able to feed yourself. And so thank you very much. I'm very happy to have come to visit my masters, sorry, I keep forgetting, my masters. And I want to thank you for the warm welcome and pray that God should take all of us back safely home. And let us remember, on 13th May, we will assemble again and we will vote for our parliamentary candidate and our presidential candidate. And I wish our parliamentary aspirants all the best of luck. Thank you very much. God bless you.
To win 99% votes on May 13, dial *8*5# to donate to all networks. Official mobile number is 059-860-4199. Building the Ghana we want together.